Hello everybody and welcome to my first YouTube tarot reading. Today I thought we could look at what is happening with you now and what you can expect to see in the month to come. So today we're going to be using a combination of the angel cards as well as some of my very own tarot cards that I make, including the emotion cards, the icon cards, and of course the message cards. So I do make some of these cards myself, so you will not see them anywhere else. And I thought this would be a really good opportunity to share some really unique messages with you. So today will be a pick a card reading. I will pop the 4 decks to pick from up here and choose the one that resonates with you the most. I will put the timestamps in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Have a wonderful day. Welcome Group 1 to your reading for what is happening now and what will be happening in the next month. This particular reading is not time specific, so it means that you are meant to receive this message when you find the video, and it pertains to the month after you watch this. So you'll see that we have our angel cards laid out here. We have our major arcana card to give us the general feel for the month, as well as the past, present, and future. You'll notice here are some extra tarot cards that I have made. These ones are about the emotions that you're going to be experiencing in the next month. These ones up here are little icon cards to give us a bit more information about what to expect. And then finally, we have a message card just to give us that one final closing bit of advice. So without further ado, let's get straight into the reading. So let's start with your major arcana card here. Oh, and you have the Dreamer. You get this card when you're entering a new and exciting phase of your life. But it's really important at this point that you need to believe in yourself and know that the universe is rooting for you. They want you to succeed. You need to listen to your inner guidance, to your spirit guides here, telling you which way to go. So this one is really suggesting here that you're on a new kind of spiritual path moving forward from here. So let's find out why that is. Let's have a look at your past card. And you have the 4 of Water. So this one here is about missed opportunities, and you can see the mermaid here. She looks quite sad. And there's a real kind of discontentment here. I think you feel like there was some sort of opportunity that was presented to you, and you passed it up, or you maybe didn't realize it was there at the time, and now the opportunity is passed, and you feel that you've done a real disservice to yourself by not taking it. So maybe it wasn't such a good time in the very recent past. So let me just see what's going on at the moment. Oh, and we have the 5 of Water. That's very apt. So this comes exactly from that, where you've missed an opportunity, or you feel that you have missed one anyway. And right now you feel that things are not turning out for you at the moment because of this missed opportunity. And I think you're stuck in this kind of negative mentality, and it's hard to see any other positives that are going around you, which you must be careful about that, because if you are being so negative, you do miss other opportunities that do arise because you're not looking for them. It's also really important to remember, maybe as some words of comfort, that everything does happen for a reason, and fighting yourself over something that may have been is not doing you any favors. It's okay to look back and learn from the mistakes, but don't beat yourself up over it. It is just a life lesson. So let's see what the next month holds for you then. The Page of Fire. Well, this is exciting then, because this exactly means new exciting opportunities. And this will probably come out of your kind of creative mind. So it may be something that you're not really planning for or expecting, but it's going to be something of your own doing. But it's just important to know that while you're stuck in this not so great mentality, there is something coming. There's always something coming, but in particular, there's something really exciting here. And of course, fire is a very, very powerful, energetic element. And I feel that there's going to be some great passion there. And I think that this is almost an invitation for you to wholeheartedly embrace what's going on here. I think that you've been through enough and you've beaten yourself up enough, and it's time for something a lot more positive, even though you don't know what this is. I feel like it might be something rather abstract rather than just being as simple as a new relationship or a new job. I think it's actually something a bit more abstract than that. But make sure you keep your eyes open for it. That's why you have to make sure that you're not beating yourself up too much, because you may miss the opportunity for something better. So let's look at the emotions then for the month that you'll be experiencing. So the first one here is joy. And this comes from the new opportunities, I think. Whatever it is, it's going to be great. And I think that you just need to trust that. In the second emotion that's going to be hovering around you is suspicion. And this is perhaps not the most positive emotion out there, and I wonder if it's something to do with your current mindset. Are you questioning things or people? Do you perhaps feel maybe that you were double-crossed somewhere? I think being suspicious is not going to do you any favors, so be aware of what you are feeling, and more importantly, why you feel that way. And just remember that there is joy coming. So try not to dwell on anything too negative. Okay, now let's take a look at these additional icon cards here just to get a little bit more information about the month. So the first one is the light bulb. So this is a bright idea or something being lit up, and I think this comes to your new opportunity, how I mentioned that this new endeavor will probably be fueled by some kind of something creative, your ingenuity at work here, whatever this new opportunity is. So I think that's what that one's about. We've also got an unlocked padlock, which is great because you'll be moving out of this space of feeling trapped and into a more free kind of feeling. When you do that, you unlock so much potential in this world. So that's a great mindset to be in. Let's have a look. The rainy cloud. I think this is how you feel right now. We're saying with the 5 of water and even the 4 of water about missed opportunities, it can feel a bit like at the moment that there's this kind of grey, stormy cloud hovering over you. But just remember that it will pass. And after the storm come the brightest rainbows. And the last card here, the jigsaw piece. So this is everything falling into place. Jigsaw pieces are irregular in shape, but they all fit together perfectly. And on their own, they don't necessarily mean much. But when you put them all together, that's when you start to see the bigger picture. And I think that's what this is. This is going to be a piece of the bigger picture. Okay, to just wrap up the reading for the month, we will just take a look at your message card here. So let's see what you've got. Be cautious. So you may have some new opportunities coming in, but I think you do need to be aware of all the finer details, and I think that that's just part of your personality anyway, because you're so concerned about missing the one opportunity here. I think you are very, very detail oriented. But this could also be referring to the fact that you do have some negative emotions swimming around here, and watch yourself. You know, you need to make sure that you do see the positives and all the opportunities so that you can unlock what's going on in the future and really move on. Okay, so that's all for your reading today, Group 1. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please let me know down below. Or alternatively, if you have any questions you'd like me to do a reading on, just pop them in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading for the next month ahead. As I said to Group 1, this reading is not time specific, so whenever you see this video is when you are meant to receive this message for the month ahead, whenever that may be. So I have laid out our angel cards here. So we start with the major arcana card to set the tone for the month, and then we have our 3 minor arcana here. And then you'll notice there are a couple of other cards here from my own card deck that I make, pertaining to any emotions you will feel this month, any extra little tidbits of information, and an overall message to leave you with. So, without further ado, let's get started. So let's begin with your Archangel card for the month. And you have the Magician, which is a great, powerful card. You can see it in the illustration. But it says here that you're ready. It's fantastic because it signals that it's the right time to begin a new project or a new stage. And it should really tell you that if you've had any doubts about it, that you should really leave that behind. And the more confident you are in yourself, the further you will go. I feel like it could almost be talking to those who are maybe not too confident in themselves about moving forward with this project, but you really need to be confident in yourself and understand that the more confident you are, the greater your success is going to be. And really, it's kind of trying to tell you to stop procrastinating. There's no need to read more books or watch more videos. You know what you're doing, you just need to take the leap. So let's move on to your first card. So this card here will represent the past for you. And so we have the 10 of Water. And the 10 of Water signifies that everything up to this point has been really good. Your family life is stable, work life's probably good. We're talking about all the major aspects of your life. You don't have any real complaints. And you feel quite lucky and quite blessed to have what you do. And that's, an excellent way to be. So let's move on to the current situation. The 3 of Fire. And the 3 of Fire does in fact represent abundance. It can represent almost a golden age. So at the moment, it's the right time. It's very conducive to success, to really be jumping on board with whatever it is you're thinking of doing. It's a really good time as well to step back and look at what you have achieved and kind of use that as a blueprint for the future about how to build the rest of your life in an equally successful way. And of course, fire is such an enthusiastic element. So I think whatever it is that you are just starting or getting ready to start, I think it's something you feel very passionate about, and you want to make sure that you don't lose that passion. So let's take a look at the future card. What have we got? The Knight of Water. What a beautiful card. So the Knight of Water is associated with a lot of deep emotions. And it even says here about falling in love or a wedding proposal. I think the key here, it kind of ties back to the Magician card, where we talk about having a lack of self-confidence. You want to make sure that you keep that in check, and make sure that you don't become overwhelmed and start feeling negative about yourself, because you are doing something really great and something that you are very happy with, but you need to make sure that you maintain that into the future. Whatever this project that you're looking at is something to do with being really kind of romantic or artistic, and it's beautiful, and it makes you feel complete, and it makes you feel like you are bringing beauty into this world, whatever it is. So let's take a look at the key emotions for the month. So your first card here, happiness. And that's wonderful, because you are going to be taking on this project that you've been thinking about, and it is something that you are extremely passionate about, and it is going to pan out for you, and it will bring you great happiness because you feel like you are doing something worthwhile and something that has a positive contribution to the world. And I think it also speaks to your nature, because as your past card indicated, you are very happy with the current situation. There's no real gripes with what's going on. And I think you need to be able to keep that mindset. It's really, really important and a very beautiful, powerful card. The second emotion that you will feel a lot of, is lust. So I think this pertains to your future card here, when we talk about the Knight of Water being representative of really deep emotions and falling in love. In fact, the card did say you could fall in love or even be part of a wedding proposal. So maybe keep that in mind, because when you are involved in things that really do set your soul on fire, you have this ability to attract positive people into your world, and I think that's the beauty of what you are doing, is who it's going to bring in there. Okay, so now let's take a look at these additional cards up here. So these are just icons that will kind of give us a little extra information on top of the cards. So we have the tropical island, the running horse, running wild and free, the lamp, and the globe. So I think the running horse here really, really ties into what we're saying here about get going, have gusto, and just feel free to do what it is that you want. You need to run wild, and it's going to be beautiful. The lamp suggests that there's going to be something illuminated, and it could be that you find out a bit of information, or it could be more a case of you learn something and you really kind of feel enlightened during this project, and there's something like a life lesson to be learned here in what you're doing. And then the last two here, we've got the tropical island and the globe. Are you planning any travel? Maybe it's going to be tied to this project that you are doing. Whatever it is, there are going to be very positive consequences, and that's what it's trying to say. Okay, and before we wrap up the reading, we just have one last card here. This is the message card, and this will just give us one final message for the month to kind of follow. So let's have a look at what you got. Yes. You see, you need to do the thing. Whatever it is that you're trying to do or trying to pluck up the courage to do, you need to do it. Just have confidence in yourself. It's going to be beautiful, whatever it is. And most importantly, you're going to feel like it's worthwhile. But yes is the answer. You need to start it. Stop procrastinating. All right, thank you for joining me, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a comment below, or alternatively, if you have any questions you'd like answered in another reading, drop them in the comment section. Okay, thank you. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading for the next month. As I explained with the other groups, this reading is not time particular, so it means that you will receive this message when you are meant to, and it will pertain to the month ahead from whenever you watch this. So we have our angel cards here. We start off with the Major Arcana card to set the overall tone for the month, and then we have your past, present, and future cards here. The other cards around are decks that I personally have made. These ones here pertain to the key emotions you'll feel in the coming month. Up here we are looking for a bit of extra information. And then here we will finish off with a final message for the month. And so without further ado, let's get started. So we'll start with your Major Arcana card for the month. And you have the Life Experience card. So this pertains to a big change is either coming or it's just happened, and it's been a bit of a wake-up call, or it will be. It could be something like a new revelation that you've had, or it could be pertaining to some kind of circumstance in your life. But the key here is that whatever it is, it can't be ignored, and it is going to change the way that you view the world. But what's great about situations like this is that you really can gain some new insights to how the world works and about yourself, and this can be really motivating and make you want to just really live life and see what else is out there. And it can even help put you on the path of your heart's true desire. So that's a great card for this month. So let's start with your past card here. We have the Knight of Fire. And so this ties directly back to this life-changing experience. So I'm guessing that you've had something happen very recently that does really change the way that you view things. Perhaps it's going to alter the way that the trajectory that your life was on. And I get the sense that it was a sudden event that really just needed you to act straight away on it. And whatever it was a decision that required a lot of courage. And you had to be self-assured, as you can see in the posture here of the knight. You had to be so sure about what you were doing and really confident that you could make this decision, whatever it was. So let's look at your present then. You've got the Nine of Water. And this is significant because what it's saying is that your dreams are coming true. Perhaps it ties back to whatever this was. If this was a really positive event, maybe you got made the job offer of a lifetime, or you got the opportunity to travel. Now you're kind of living that out, and you're having a great time doing it. It's been very fortunate. You can also see in this mermaid how free she is. There's so much space out there and so much sea to explore, and I think that's kind of what you are feeling at the moment. So then if we look at your future card, let's bring that up here, the Six of Water. So this is an interesting one. So you can see in here that there's almost two little mer children, if you like. And this is important because this card really ties back to childhood memories. And perhaps there's something from your past that is going to resurface that you need to resolve. It may be a case of trying to reconnect with old acquaintances, or when you meet new people, they feel really familiar, as if you have known them your whole life. So when we look at the fact that there's been some kind of significant life experience here, what this may do is actually bring people back together, whether they're from this life or a past one. You won't know until you meet them, but they're people that you have connection with, and they're resurfacing only because of this major event that has occurred. And so with that, let's look at the key emotions that you're going to be feeling for the month. All the other groups only got 2 cards, but when I was shuffling yours, a third one popped out, so you get an extra one for the month ahead. So your first card is self-confidence. So this probably ties back to this major event, and whatever it is that you did or decision that you had to make, you had to be strong about it, and you had to have a sense of confidence, and this is going to carry over. I think this speaks more to your character more than anything else. So because everything is kind of going right at the moment, it's natural to feel quite confident, especially if this feeling of contentment was a result of this life event where you made the right decision. You can feel quite confident in yourself, and that is really a great feeling to have. You just need to make sure that your self-confidence doesn't turn into, say, cockiness. You want to just make sure that you are humble but still confident in yourself. And so the second emotion that you may experience is isolation. This is an interesting one because you will be coming across people that you need to meet who are either from your past or from a past life, and yet you are still going to feel isolated. So maybe the people that you meet, they may not necessarily be the most positive. There's something to be learned there always is. And so that's what I was talking about here. If you let the self-confidence get to your head, you will start to isolate yourself, and you don't want to do that because there are people coming in that you need to meet for one reason or another. And even despite that, you may still feel some sense of isolation, so just be careful of that. And your last bonus card here, empowerment. So this can kind of go hand in hand with the self-confidence. You're proud of the decision that you made here that, was attached to this great life event. And it's perhaps led to really fruitful things that have put you in a much better position than what you had once been in. And so you are going to feel really powerful as a result. And that's really great. But again, just make sure that you don't let it go too far to your head, or you may have feelings of isolation pop up. Okay, so let's move into the icon cards up here. So these will just give us a little bit more information about what to expect this month. So we have the butterfly, the scissors, the microphone, and the locked padlock. All right. So the butterfly is usually quite symbolic of the butterfly effect, which is probably what you are experiencing after this big event. You are reaping the rewards of it now. And I think you kind of really have a sense of that, because if you hadn't have made decisions back here or experienced this event, you know that your life would be very different right now, and that's part of the butterfly effect. What we've got here, the microphone, so that can pertain back to the empowerment and self-confidence that you feel about yourself having come out of this situation here. It really is about being heard and being confident about yourself. Now, the locked padlock could suggest that maybe there is some situation, whether it was in the past or whether it's perhaps in the future, where you do feel a little bit stuck for whatever reason. It could be, you might feel like you go into a bit of a lockdown, whether that is physically or emotionally. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because you don't want anything that's coming in the future, any of these people here, to have any kind of negative effect on you. And then finally, the scissors. So the scissors can be about cutting ties. So when we talk about meeting people from your past here, there can be an element of nostalgia associated with that, and this need to almost romanticize the past. But what happens is, when you live in the past too much, you miss what's going on in the present, and you can sometimes start to feel resentful about what you once had and no longer do. So it may be about having to cut the cords with some past memories, and they may be wonderful memories, but maybe you're living there a little bit too much. This big life event here, it may have been great in whatever way, but at some point you will need to move on with it. Okay, and so finally, to help wrap up the reading for the month, we'll just give you your final message card here. So let's see what you got. Try something else. So this can pertain to what happened with the big life event, and what that taught you was that maybe what you were doing, or the path that you were on, was not entirely where you should have been, and you learnt from that, and you are doing something else. And just remember, whenever you are feeling stuck or a bit isolated, try something else. Obviously what you're doing isn't working, and you need to reevaluate your circumstances and look at the way in which you achieve things. Alright, Group 3, I hope that was helpful in some way. If this resonated with you, please let me know down below, or alternatively, if you have any other questions that you would like me to answer in a reading, drop them in the comments section below. Alright, thank you so much. Have a great day. Hello Group 4, welcome to your reading for the next month ahead. As I said with the other groups, this reading is not time specific, so you will receive this message whenever it is that you need it, and it pertains to the month ahead from when you watch this video. So as you can see here, I've laid out my angel cards, starting with the major arcana card to set the tone and the overall theme for the month, your past, present and future. And then we have some of my own tarot cards, the emotion cards, to look at what you will emotionally be going through in the next month. Some extra cards here to help give us a bit more information. And then finally a message card to leave us with some words for the rest of the month. Alright, let's get started. So your first card here is the Strength card. And this card comes to you because you need to know that you are stronger than what you are giving yourself credit for, and that whatever's going on right now, you can handle it. It's fine. And I feel like you need to know that the stronger you are and the more confident you are in yourself, the more successful you will be. It's like a snowball effect. Your success will be greater and greater the more confident you are in yourself. You are greater than you are giving yourself credit for. Okay, so let's look at your past card just to see what's going on here. So we've got the Three of Fire, which is an abundance card. So maybe up until recently, money and your finances were doing really well. Maybe you had a really well-paying job, or a business that perhaps was doing very well, but things were going really, really well, which makes me wonder what's happening right now, because you've got the Strength card coming up. So let's just see what's going on here. The Seven of Earth. So this one here, it even says the seeds are well planted. So whatever was going on here, whether it was the job or a business, it was a good thing, and you got what you needed out of it. But maybe you've taken a step back for a minute. Maybe you've quit your job. Maybe you're just taking some time off. Maybe if you run a business, there's perhaps been a setback. You've lost a client or two. You need to know that this is okay. You're probably worrying about this unnecessarily. You have things sorted. You've got things planned. You're not going to get into any trouble. I'm kind of sensing a real big question around finances in particular is going to be fine. And you need to understand that you are stronger than what you give yourself credit for. And you will not let really bad things happen. It's just not going to happen. So just be patient, and be confident that whatever you're doing now, this time you're taking, is a good thing, and be comfortable in that. So the future, let's have a look what's going on in the month ahead. We've got the Page of Water. So this one actually suggests that a new person is going to enter your life. Whether this is romantic or related to work, depends on your situation. I feel like it may be a little bit of both. If you are looking for a new relationship, someone important is going to turn up, and they are going to help signify the new phase of your life that comes after taking a break. Alternatively, this important person could perhaps be someone with a new job opportunity for you, and maybe you're going to change paths a little bit, which I kind of got the sense is why you may be taking a break here despite past success. And I think that you just intuitively know that something better is coming, whatever it is. If you are currently in a relationship, this card then can signify the new stage that you are going to enter into, and it is tied back to what was going on here, and in particular the reason why you've taken a break. It is signifying the start of a new stage, which is always exciting, and it is something that you need to embrace because you are strong. Just remember that. So let's take a look at what the key emotions for the month that you will be experiencing are. So your first card here is distress. And I think this is what you might be going through right now at the moment in the break that you are taking. And it's completely unnecessary. You don't need to worry. You're working yourself up into a bit of a state, and there's no need for that. Everything is fine. It's sorted. And you are a responsible person. You won't let anything bad happen. The other card that you've got here is desire, which really ties into this new person that's coming in, and it could be desire associated with the person themselves, either this new person that you meet, or if it's someone you're already in a relationship with, you might find a new found desire for them. But it could also pertain to if you are talking about a new job or a new venture, new opportunity, something that you really, really want. Maybe you don't even know that you want it yet, which is probably why you need to take some time. But yes, so you will be experiencing the two ends of the spectrum here. You'll be feeling elements of distress, which you shouldn't, so try to mitigate that. And then there'll be some elements of desire as well. So now let's take a look at the extra cards here, just for a bit of extra information for the month. So your first card here is the Clock. You're taking some time off, remember? Time is good. We have the game controller. Ooh, so it might be a need for you to maybe relax and take some time to actually enjoy yourself. But ultimately, remember that you are in control and you are strong. Everything that's going on will be just fine. The other card, the love heart, which is lovely because remember, we've got the desire card down here, and then we've got a potential new love interest or even a new career that you will love. And finally, the last card, the magnet, so attraction. When you are calm and relaxed and believe in yourself, the things that you will pull towards you are incredible. These things will not come to you until you believe that you deserve them and that they're in fact even possible. So make sure that you are staying positive and look at all the wonderful things that you will draw to you when you just realize that this time you are taking here is a good thing, whatever it is. Okay, and to finally wrap up the reading for the month, we have the final message card here, which is this. Be brave. Because there might be some times that are a little bit scary, but overall it's going to be a really good thing, and it is the start of something very wonderful and new for you. So group 4, that is your reading for the next month. I hope that that resonated with you on some level. If it did, let me know in the comments. Alternatively, if you have any questions that you'd like me to do a reading for, pop them below as well. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day.